We're back for another episode of Top 5 Live, episode 94. We're doing the top 5 car brands this week. Um, got big bro Javon Stokes. Don't know where Danny is, but I'm sure he's coming. And we also, I believe we have a special guest tonight. I don't want to mispronounce the name. I think it's Fee. There's Danny. I think it's Fee, but I believe she's coming on, and I also believe my sister, my god sister, Tiana's coming on because one of the things that we're going to get into before we do our list tonight is this ongoing debate about Gabrielle Union went on. Was she with Vanity Fair?
I don't know. I don't know what the
Gabrielle Union did an interview with Vanity Fair or somebody, some magazine, I believe, and she was talking about how her and D Wade split their bills 50-50, and it caused an uproar. People have been talking about it since, and we definitely want to get into that conversation because it's a good one. It's an interesting one, and I think I have a perspective. I'm glad that it's not going to end up being just us three men to talk about it, because we look, when we get into these topics where we want women's perspectives, I literally put it on my page all the time, like, hey, if anybody's interested, if there's a woman interested that wants to come on and talk about this, please, you know what I'm saying, come on and join us. Rock is a little bit more busy nowadays, so it's just what happens in the time period. But regardless, that's what we're getting into tonight, and I'm looking forward to it. There was another top. Were we talking about top 5? Somebody brought up. No, it wasn't top 5. It was. You said top 5 Marvel trilogies, didn't you?
No, I was just talking. I mean, we all saw. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah.
We all saw, Guardians 3 by now. Excuse me. Where do you? I was curious where you guys feel it was in the rankings, the hierarchy of Marvel trilogies.
It's up there for me. I mean, off the top of my head, I think there she is.
There she is. What's good?
Hello, how are you guys? Thank you so much for having me back.
No, thank you for coming on. We
got her did and everything.
We had said you were coming on. I did not. I think we talked about this last time you were on. The last time you graced us with your presence. How to pronounce. I didn't want to say your name wrong, so I didn't. We weren't sure if it was Fee or Faye, so we wanted to make sure. We wanted you to correct us first, and then we'd be good.
It's Fee, and a lot of people with the last name Fee Soleil. It's French, so it's okay.
The Soleil, I was pretty sure.
I don't know why I want to keep saying Faye. I don't know.
It's Fee.
It doesn't look like
because you refuse to listen. You refuse to listen.
I do.
We know that.
Really? See, you see how you start, Danny? Fee, I just want to point out that I didn't start this. That was Danny.
Look, I'm still getting myself mentally together because I I had just come from a study, and I was like, ooh. I let them know ahead of time and everything that I was loving. Well, thank you. But I told them ahead of time, but I still felt bad because the time of the conversation, they was just like, what's more important to you? And I was like,
well,
hey, look, you should let me in on. I want to know now because you said you coming from a study, so I got to know now what's going on.
What was it? A good topic y'all were on or something?
It was a great topic, but I don't.
What was
I feel
the topic?
a little bit warmer now that it was I had a Bible study. It was just because we were saying dedicating time, but I was like, I did. And so I was like, we've been going over a little bit, but I didn't want to.
Like I gave y'all an hour.
It's been sometimes becoming 2, and I still love it. I do. And I was just like, oh shoot, I done. Ooh.
No, okay. No, I am.
It's all good.
We appreciate you. We appreciate you showing up. We know it's the last minute.
It was so funny when you said that. What's up, J-Man? Because I was just like, you guys really want my opinion?
Of course. On
married topic?
Like I said, look, we can
single people.
Look, I am too, but look, we can. We definitely want your opinion on that conversation. But I also would like to circle back to whatever y'all were talking about because now my interest is peaked.
Really?
Yeah, my interest is peaked. I definitely want to at least know what the conversation was.
What, in regards to the study?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, well, shoot, we was just talking about. Is it? Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was like your time, and they were just talking about like dedicating your time and what's more important, the things that's in the world, or and I was just like,
okay, all right, okay.
And I was like, I said this ahead of time. I did everything. I've been consistent. I was like, please.
No, hey, I get it.
That sounds like a guilt trip to me. I don't know. Like a guilt trip.
Don't let them get at you like that.
I was like, no. I said, that sounds real mean. Please.
That sounds real selfish.
I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm happy to be here because I was like, I'm gonna defend. Marriage if I have to. I don't think I have to, but I'm gonna just try to do my best and do what needs, if I can, to be done to talk about cars and marriage, because that was very peculiar to me. What made y'all come together with that? I'm very curious.
So the cars when we had Danny pre-makes our posters sometimes.
Okay, because I was I got a Kelly Blue book.
Yeah.
Tiana in the building.
What's good, sis?
Hey.
So
good to see you.
So we pre-make our posters sometimes, and we already had the car models one in the bank. We had a few other ones that like were on the list, but we didn't have posters for them. And I was like, well, we can do this one, and then next week we'll roll into the next one. But the marriage conversation came up because like Javon like was talking to us earlier this week. Like it was a conversation on Twitter about that 50-50 conversation, and he was like, yo, we got to talk about this. And I was like, yeah, there's a lot of people talking about it. We'll definitely get into that Tuesday.
I didn't actually hear what she said. I literally just saw the video on because I shared it to my wife because she was, Tiana always got perspectives on things. I don't know what her perspective is on this. I know how we operate.
You about to find out?
I know how we operate.
I know that's right.
I know how we operate.
Whole marriage gonna be questioned in like 20 minutes. Danny gonna be like, "What?"
I love it.
What was
honestly? I was at Comic-Con this weekend, and I was on Twitter early in the morning, and I saw like this. It was a bunch of different like 50-50 like this and this and this, and even my wife posted this video about this dude talking about it, and she's she put a little thing like, what do you guys think? And I was just like, I had so many things in my head I wanted to get out. I was like, all right, we gonna talk about this.
All right,
I'm interested now, so
go ahead, Javon.
You want me to start? Okay,
go ahead.
All right.
So your interest. Let's go.
Okay, so I think one of the things that bothers me about the 50-50 discourse is that it's not really genuine. A lot of the people who are talking about it are looking at it from perspectives that are skewed or are not realistic, right? So like I had heard like Steve Harvey was talking about it on his show, talking about
Tiana's man, Steve Harvey.
Listen, I respect Steve, but he was talking about like, oh, I ain't never gonna, I can't have my wife working. I need to be paying all the bills. Da, 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 da. Yep. And like, I think we can all agree that in a perfect world,
good, Kenji,
most good men would want to pay all the bills. Like I myself, if I was making X amount of money that allowed me to pay every bill in the house, I would absolutely do it. I would love to take that responsibility off my wife's chest. But that's not like realistic. I'm on the air telling the good news though. Marriage is the shit. It is great.
Kenji, you on one.
But I do think I think that there are people like if you live during a certain period in this world, you were able to like pay your mortgage, your car note, get the groceries and everything, making less than $100K for like a multi-child family. Like if you lived through the 70s and the 80s, you were able to do that. Like let's just keep it real. But we don't live in the 70s and 80s anymore. The cost of living is higher. The amount of things that we need are more expensive. Like in the 70s and 80s, you're not paying for internet. Nobody has a cell phone. Like those are extra costs that weren't necessary back then that are necessary now.
So are you saying
all our kids, huh?
So you saying this is an antiquated mindset?
I do think it's an antiquated mindset, and I believe that a lot of people try to hide behind the Bible with it, and they use the protect and provide thing. Yes, they do. They hide behind it, and then they say,
"This is what I came into."
Wait, let me finish.
So yeah,
but nowhere in the Bible does it say anything about paying bills. All right, there's nowhere in the Bible. Show me. I will. Please tell me. I'll gladly be right. I'll be proven wrong. But no, it says provide. And providing is a general term that can be defined a whole bunch of different ways. But it says nothing about paying bills.
Their children and their children's children.
Okay.
I'm gonna look up.
I'm gonna let y'all cook.
Give me specific.
I'm just curious, Javon, for you. Just in what other ways do you provide?
I mean, if I'm buying groceries, if I'm paying half of the mortgage,
keep talking.
If I'm paying bills, if my money is going towards paying bills, I am providing. Is that not providing?
I'm just saying.
Okay, so this is definition from Oxford Languages.
Mm-hmm.
Provide.
Let's go.
A verb.
Wait, let me do my theology.
Okay.
Yeah, let me do that too.
So it has a couple of examples. It has 4. I'll just say these. 1, make available for use or supply.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The comment took me out, man. 2, make adequate preparation for a possible event.
Supply sufficient money to ensure the maintenance of someone. 3, stipulate in will or other legal document. And then 4, historical Christian, like it talks about that, references it. However, that is there.
Okay, but it's not an absolute, like there's nowhere in the Bible that says you gotta pay every bill. The man is supposed to pay every bill. The man is supposed to
they was riding on rocks.
But that's my point.
But that's
my point, though. That's a whole different world.
The women did not work like that.
Exactly. Oh, they also didn't have the internet either. They didn't have cars either. But nobody riding around in cars back then.
He's saying things are different now.
But so things are different now. However, your income also grew with the time of change, right?
You think the incomes now are commensurate with how much people need to have a full family?
Let me look up commiserate real quick.
Stupid.
So I can
commiserate means you get it contextually.
But
I hate Danny so much, man. You're a writer. You're a writer, sir.
You stupid.
That's a
damn. The money they made back then allowed them to purchase the things that they could afford back then as well. So it's not like they had this plethora money of income where they could just go and spend on whatever. Then they still had a budget. It doesn't matter if they had the internet or not. They were still, buying
but
cars.
You only needed one income back then.
But we're also not like going to hunt and kill our own food. Like,
you're right.
There are things that we can do with the time that they were using back then to literally walk 100 miles to get water. Like, we're not doing the thing. There have been some advances in life.
You are absolutely right.
There, though.
They are absolutely right, and there are a lot of advances. Women weren't allowed to work either.
In the Bible, or
in the Bible, you could. What woman was working a job? Outside of
working the fields.
What about the Jezebel?
When I say work, I mean work at a job.
Mary Magdalene had a job.
Mary Magdalene, really, y'all?
Jezebel was a queen.
Really? You using Mary Magdalene right now?
I was looking at because Ruth and Naomi was in the fields. They was working.
Yeah. What were they working for though? Were they working for money?
For their
They could. I think what Javon's saying is that women's rights in the Bible were slim to none.
Thank you. That's my point. When I say work,
property,
I mean work like a job.
You had no power over your own body. There's a whole bunch of things, biblically speaking, that women didn't have, especially coming from the Bible.
But also, my big question to women who don't believe that they should share in the financial upkeep of the houses.
Yes.
How comfortable do you want to be?
I make money.
I know you make money.
I still don't pay no bills.
Okay.
But at the same time, I'm a child of the most high. I'm a child of royalty. Now.
Okay.
Yeah. So
all right, so here's the thing. This is my issue. This is my issue. No, real talk. There are a lot of women out there that want to break down aspects of the patriarchy and evolve and provide and get to this different state where these things that we used to do, we don't do anymore. But y'all want to hold on to that thing. No, that thing right there. Yes, come on now. Come on now.
I'll say
come on now.
I'll say I understand.
There are also men out here.
I understand.
I understand.
That, can I? You can say what you want to say.
No, say what you want to say.
There are also men out here wanting to be women. I mean, they getting whole. And why?
You're right. But that's what I'm saying. We are literally in an age where we are literally in an age where everything is being questioned. Everything is being questioned. Everything is being looked at differently. Broken down, change. Things evolve. Things change.
I know what the perception of that is, and I understand.
Justin, you just walk away. You walked into a lot.
I know.
I chose violence today, Jeff.
I'm gonna say that I can only just like normal. I can only speak for me and my wife, right? We can only speak for our relationship, and I know me. I grew up wanting to be the provider. I grew up wanting to provide for my wife and my children. Right? That's a desire that I have. Maybe it came from my religious upbringing. Maybe it because I grew up in a Christian home. Maybe that had an influence on that. But still today, I want to provide for my wife. But at the same time, my wife has independence of her own. Right?
Right. That's
the car that she wants to drive. I said, hey, babe, listen, I can pay for you. I can buy you a car. It ain't gonna be that one. So she was like, hey, I make my own money though. I can pay this car payment. Now we have a car. We have a car. We got 2 cars that we have at our house that we provide, that we, that work just fine. But Tiana wants to drive the 370Z. She paying for the 370Z.
Yeah, you ain't providing, sir.
I am providing.
I'm providing, sir.
So let me tell you something.
What you mean? I think you
tell us something.
I'm just being honest. Since we on this thing tonight, since we on this topic, I mean,
am I paying for it?
Hold on. I want to say this before you say that. I want to say I agree with you. Hold on. No, hold on. Danny, I agree with you. I agree. I was raised that same way too. But if you want a certain type of lifestyle, right? Like if you're a woman and you want a certain type of lifestyle, and then you find a man then the point is to find a man that can provide you that lifestyle. But if you find a man that you love and he's not where you want him to be, then if he's working his way to get up there, he might not be where he wants to be able to do that. But to me, I always look at it this way. Money is important in marriage, and your career is important in marriage, but stuff changes. Life changes every day. So you can't have that be I'm not going to pay bills. I need to find me a man that pays all my bills. What if that man loses his job? What if that man gets into a car accident and he can't work a job where he could pay all the bills? So your marriage can't be rooted in it.
Wait, so you're telling me that people can't work from home? I mean, I have clients who are disabled.
Yeah, but maybe you're not making as much. Maybe if you were making 200, let's say you making 100, 150, 200K, and then something happens and you can't get that job. Maybe you can't work that job. Like I have a friend whose husband got into a car accident and he's literally trying to work his way back into, dealing with some head trauma and stuff like that. He might not be able to have the life that he used to have. And so that might require her to do things that she didn't want to do or be in a position that she didn't want to be in. My point is, you can't have it be rooted. You can't have your marriage be rooted in your finances. That's how I feel.
Well,
I
we
can't stand Tiana. I can't.
That's when you. Ooh,
I got-
it's like I'm playing.
You did the Homer Simpson like.
Better or worse.
Go back into the field.
No, I think what's important is the intent, right? Of course, there's times when somebody might have to pitch in, but I think if the majority of the time, if 80-90% of the time, I'm providing, right? 80-90% of the time, but Tiana gonna pay for them when we go see Spider-Verse next week. Tiana paying for them tickets, right, babe? You paying for them tickets, right?
So here's the thing: when he get paid, I just move all the money. So yeah, I'm gonna pay for it.
Yeah, that's how we do.
I just move all the money. Yeah.
So
Yes.
did you?
Wow.
I want to go
do
last.
So do he pay all the bills?
I want to go last because
Wait a minute. I personally would not be with a woman that's gonna contribute to the household or not gonna. I'm not taking care of that. Wait, I'm confused. That sounds like two different.
Oh no!
No, it might have been. It
Jess,
might have
can you
been.
clarify that real quick.
Because you said two different
Did you have
things.
something that you wanted to? Did you have something that you
Because
wanted
it
to
sounded
say?
like you said, "I'm not going to take."
we know what he meant though, but here's the thing.
Oh,
okay. I was always taught, it wasn't a biblical thing, but in the church that I grew up in, the pastor did, tell the men, whether you were with this woman or not, you still have bills to pay. You're going to pay your mortgage, light, water, gas, phone, internet, all of that. You would still have to pay those things. So you marrying someone shouldn't hinder you from being able to take care of those responsibilities. So why expect?
It's a big difference. There's a difference between having a rent and a mortgage. There's a big difference. There's a big difference between the amount of food. Hold on. There's a big difference between the amount of food that you buy if it's just you, and it's the amount of food that you buy when you got.
Well, we can talk about gluttony. I mean, how much are you eating? Are you overeating? That's one. Two.
So it costs the same amount to eat just you and not you and your kids.
So two. You're telling me as a single guy you can't have a mortgage?
I didn't say you can't have a mortgage. I didn't. I'm just saying the amount of expenses that you have as a unit and a family is a lot different than if you have.
Well, a unit and a family is two situations.
That's what they're talking about. That's what she just said.
All right, hold up.
But that's what Tiana just said.
But you decided to take that on. But this is the other part to that. Whether it's having a mortgage or renting, you still have you need somewhere to live. You're gonna leave out your car because that's. Either way, you still gotta lay your head down somewhere, right? You ain't staying with your mother all the way up.
I don't know where you're going with this.
What I'm saying is whether you had to rent a house,
whether you're with somebody or not,
pay a mortgage.
Those are still expenses you pay.
Yes,
those are still expenses you pay.
You pay for you. If you are okay, guys.
So
y'all can't tell there's a difference between a single person's expenses and a married man's expenses.
We're not saying that's not.
You're taking on the responsibility with another person, right?
And I'm saying that there is a big difference. There is a jump in the amount of money that it requires to take care of both.
I'm not there, man. I'm just trying to be polite.
That's not true. Is that not true?
But just like Justin said, there are other ways to contribute to the family.
I agree. I'm
right.
not just guys. You guys seem to think that I don't think that you should
listen,
do it. I think
hold on. So just like Justin was saying, there are other ways to contribute to the family, right? I have 3 daughters. I have never had to pay for them to get their hair done ever. The entire time they've been alive, I've never paid for them to get their hair done.
And I have a hair salon, and I haven't charged them.
Run a whole. You ain't charging Kendra.
I'm just saying.
Y'all just be undermining y'all points.
I'm saying.
I'm
if
saying.
You own a business.
I'm trying to figure out what y'all going with. I have never paid for my kids' hair to get done.
You don't pay for your kids to get their hair done?
Because
no, that's what you just said. You said that. You just said I've never paid, and then you just said it was free.
So what he's saying is there are different ways that your spouse can contribute other than just monetary.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're both contributing.
Yeah. But it's not 50-50 though.
It's never 50-50. It's never going to be 50-50.
Hold on, man.
It's never going to be 50-50.
Let Fee talk.
Okay.
Y'all been talking for like 15 minutes.
I honestly don't even know how I am qualified to be in this conversation, but here I am.
You want to get married?
You're a grown up.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'll let that be partial credit for that. Yeah.
Because whether it's a marriage or whether you could be in a relationship with somebody and not be married, so
right?
It's still relevant.
That's true.
It doesn't make a difference.
Say you had a house, you still paying for all the expenses, the light and everything like that you would have, right? You could have, say it's a single family house, but it's just you. That's usually about 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, something like that, depending on wherever you're at. Despite inflation, housing interest rates, all of that, yada yada, extra variables, right? You would be paying that. Now, say if you did want to take things further to a point where you were being a provider and they were to come into this house that you already live in, none of those variables are changing.
That's not
the
right.
house doesn't add an extra room. You already have that.
Right.
You see what I'm?
The water and electricity goes up because the usage goes up. Everything goes up. The amount of food that comes into the household goes up. So yes, the mortgage doesn't change. Yes, the mortgage doesn't change.
What would
the taxes don't change, but the actual bills in the house do change. The
day-to-day bills would change. Your electricity, your water, your you have to decide whether or not you're gonna pay for a car payment, pay your insurance.
I don't think
all of that type of stuff.
Yes, because you be too drastic. Water and everything like that, unless they just leaving faucets on,
running,
and leaving
got teenagers, man.
So what is she?
We're talking about adults. We're not talking about the teenagers.
I'm just saying. I got teenagers and a 4-year-old kid that takes a bath every night.
We're talking about the spouses. We're not talking about the kids right now.
Kids don't become a part of it.
Not necessarily.
Listen, hold up. Time out. If it was just me and my wife,
I want the kids to pay.
I could definitely handle it. If it's just me and my wife, bet. But kids eventually come into it. No,
if y'all agree on that, but some people don't have kids.
All right, that's why I'm. All right, so that's why I'm gonna come in. All right, so number one in this scenario, the thing that context again, y'all know what I'm gonna say. Context matters, right? So in a relationship, y'all have to decide on what works for you and what doesn't. If you're the type of woman that wants your man to pay for everything, then you need to go find a man that wants to pay for everything. If you're the type of man that wants to pay for everything, then you need to find a woman that's going to allow you to do that, because there are women out there that won't allow you to do that.
Look at Morgan being the
Gabrielle Union talked about in that interview. She talked about the fact that they pay 50-50 because they have other households. They have other households that they take care of. D-Wade takes care of a household. Gabrielle Union takes care of another household. So they pay 50-50 for that reason. D-Wade has offered. D-Wade has offered to pay everything. I think the reason people were in an uproar about that situation is because D-Wade is extremely rich, right? So that's why people got into an uproar, because D-Wade is extremely rich. So they're like, why if D-Wade is rich like that, why is Gabrielle paying?
He might not trust.
I like how people go in an uproar about other people's finances. If that's something that works for them, regardless of his net worth or anything like that, and they've already had a conversation together, an agreement, I don't have a dog in that fight. Well, I may not agree with it. I still love them all the same.
But you said, that's something that they agreed on. And like you said,
that's what it all comes down to.
Like y'all said though, too. Like if you want Morgan, I'm sorry, you said it. If a woman wants to be with a man that's going to pay for everything, then that's what she needs to go looking for. Gabrielle Union wasn't looking for that. She was just looking for somebody else's husband.
What you were doing so good.
She said, "Hey, listen. The opinions of Tiana Quick are not those of Top 5 Live. Those are her opinions and her opinions alone."
That was the head. It was the head nods for me, because that's what got me. That sent me that.
To be fair, though, fair. So there was an undercurrent in that conversation that a lot of people didn't really pick up. There's the hustle culture that she was talking about, because she was talking about how she basically came from no money. And so when she got money, in her mind, she's always got to work, because you never know when the money's going to stop. Mm-hmm. And then on the other side of it, she said that they are both taking care of other people as well in their circle. So that's kind of why they both kind of take on both of the expenses, because they're taking care of family members and other people involved. So, but
again, D-Wade, she also said D-Wade has offered to pay for everything. And that's just not how she's built. So I mean, again, it comes back to context.
Whose comics are dope?
I don't care what the relationship is. That's where everything starts.
Comics are dope.
Whose comics are dope?
I know your wife ain't paying for all them comic books. I know she's not. So you can stop with that.
Maybe that's why he's able to pay for all the comics that are dope, because she's paying for everything. I don't know.
Hey,
because I mean,
if that's what works for your relationship, and that's what works for your relationship.
I actually think it's a 50-50 doesn't exist to me. Like, in my opinion, like, listen, if we both are making money, then we can both pool our resources and live a really good life.
Facts.
Like, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what
I
I'm saying?
I personally don't think 50-50 really exists, because I mean, I feel like there's a balance, because I mean, the same capacity of what you were saying, to your point, how circumstances in life happens all the time. You never know what might happen. Like, if you need to step up in this moment to kind of help X, Y, and Z, and vice versa, if they need to step in, like, you know, there's a lot of things like that to just think it's like split in half, like a divorce. Like, that doesn't make sense to me, to think that it's just straight down the middle, you know, like.
And what happens if her job elevates her and she makes more money, and then maybe, like I said, you get released, you get fired from your job, and you got to get another job, and you making less money.
If
like,
to me,
you guys got to be there to pick each other up. Like, you can't say we won and then be like, nah, we not really won.
To me, again, I'll get back to that, because it's something that you said early on, Javon, about things being antiquated, and also the hypocrisy that's rampant in those thought processes. It's the same as it always is with most people that use the Bible to make any type of social standard. You nitpick it, and you take one part of it, and then you put it with what you wanted to match with, and then you leave the rest of it that you don't want it to match to. You'll go to the Old Testament to pull up what you're supposed to do according to the Old Testament, but then you'll say we living under grace.
Yeah.
Then you'll go to the New Testament. You'll go to the New Testament to pull something out, and then want to get the blessings from the Old Testament. So it's people do that all the time, and people do it with marriage especially. People do it with marriage especially, and they do it with gender roles especially.
Well, that's why I said mine wasn't from a biblical standpoint. That's just how our pastor taught the
it's
men.
Still from a biblical standpoint.
But he's teaching from a biblical standpoint.
If he's not preaching from a biblical standpoint, that's a problem.
Well,
like if he's preaching that and it's not from a biblical standpoint, that's his opinion. And then your opinion don't really mean nothing.
Opinion, people bring politics into the church all the time, and what's that got to do with?
Because then it's wrong.
It's wrong. Again, context matters. So you
tell me you
Paul gave his opinion in the epistles. He said, "This is my opinion. I think you should do it this way." But the Church of God doesn't have any such custom. He said that in his own epistle. John's done it. Jesus has given his opinion. He's given this is what you're supposed to do, and he's given what his opinion is. It's all throughout the Bible. But when it becomes a problem is when you start to, again, when you nitpick stuff. If you pick up part of it, then you got to carry all of it. Like,
you got to take all of it. You can't just take it for your benefit of the argument.
Yeah, you can't pick and choose. Like, no, the man's supposed to provide, but okay, then what about what Jesus teaches, where Mary and Martha going back and forth? And he's like, no, she chose the good part, to sit at my feet and listen, but she not working. She chose the good part. That's a whole conversation right there. You can preach a whole sermon about that. You can go off of, y'all talk about 50-50. Okay, I provide everything. So when I come home, are we gonna stay in the antiquated mindset of, when I come home, there better be food on the table and the kids better be bathed and you better have like stuff out on the line and all this other antiquated stuff that people be putting out there?
More, I think it's more so about where your heart is. If you have the heart and the mindset to cater to somebody, because we're supposed to wake up every morning and be a better person for ourselves and for our spouses, right? That's just the thing. You're supposed to want to wake up and be the best version of yourself, no matter how long it takes you to get there. So if your heart says, I want to provide for this person, then that's
there's nothing wrong with that. I agree.
Understand, you use provide and you're using it within the context. Hold on.
I want you to do this for me, and no, I don't want to do that. It shouldn't be any of that. It should be, where's your heart at? Matter of fact, that should be something that you probably discuss before you even get married.
That's correct.
That's like children.
Obviously, this is all.
That's absolutely correct.
Look, like Morgan said, you have this conversation before you get married. But I was more really talking about the fact that we have systems that have been in place and methodologies and ideologies that we've kind of carried down, and we're living in a time where all of those things are being shattered and they're being changed, and evolution is happening in thought process. But there are a lot of
BJ preaching in the comments,
because thought
hold on. If we both giving 100%, yes, I agree. BJ, that's why I'm saying 50-50 don't matter. If we all giving in, then we, that's why I said, how comfortable do you want to be? Like if we can come together, if we both are making decent money or good money, and we just say, you know what, let's just put it in the pot, and we just take everything, hold on, and we just take care of everything, then everything is taken care of. You got something to play with, I got something to play with, but I'm still doing my part around, doing my part to provide around the house and doing X, Y, and Z. And you're still doing your part, and we're both helping each other, and I'm providing you're doing your thing, and we're both a unit. That to me, that's being
the
one.
partnership matters more than everything else.
Because you always get because then again, to me, if somebody's paying all the bills, there are a lot of guys out there who have this antiquated philosophy that if I'm paying for all the bills, then I better have this, like Morgan said, dinner better be ready. This and this and this.
Like that, but not every guy like that.
Yeah.
Not every woman wants a man to pay all their bills.
Some women want to be, you know what I'm saying? Some women
what if that
to,
woman
to
wants
take
to
part.
save up money? What if that woman's thought process, because I own my own business, I don't work for anybody else. So what if my thought process is everything that I make, I will save it up. And when we do retire, we cannot just live off. There's no way we can just live off of his 401k or retirement or whatever. So now that's when we pull all this money together and we retire and we do our thing. We don't have the struggles.
That's a conversation between you and your husband.
That's fine, but you understand though. Hold on. The irony of what you're saying is that you're still saying the same thing. It's just a different way.
What am I saying?
Hold on. Listen. You're using your money, right? You saying you're saving your money.
That's why I wait. That's why I just put my
Look.
hand up.
I tried to point to you, Danny. They don't. Anybody
you're saying you're saving your money so that you guys can use it later.
That was an example.
Because you. Huh?
That was an example.
I'm just saying, but if using that example, you're still using your money at a later point for both of you. So
possibly because the space that he's in, I expect him to flourish in that space. So there's a chance that he may not, that money could just be given to our children for whatever.
Hey,
whatever.
When Oprah called,
but it's still part of the pot that's being
if
used.
Oprah calls you, you better make. I'm gonna slide my number in real quick. I'm just.
I know, right?
Everybody
should
Again,
be using Oprah calls.
I think one of the issues is that the younger men of our generation are having issues with taking on that responsibility, and I think they find ways to say that they want it to be a 50-50, whatever number it is that they're throwing out there. It's not a lazy thing, but it's almost like a lazy thing. I'm just saying the men
kind of like. Go ahead. I'm so sorry.
Generation are totally different from their mindset. It's totally different from that of they want women to take care of them now.
I would just
nowadays.
like to point out that Javon found a comment that Javon somehow found a way for us to argue over something that we all agree on. I would just like to point that out.
I'm not arguing. I'm having a discussion.
All right.
I feel like Javon, do you believe that 50-50 should be an option?
No, I don't. But again, I just said it like 4 times. I said I don't really think 50-50 is a thing. I think we are both in this together, and we are both using our funds to take care of our family.
Yep.
And it's never going to be 50-50 because some days I might give more, some days you might give more. Some days I go buy us dinner, some days you go buy us dinner. Some days I cook, some days you cook. That's me. Now if I hold on. If I made if Heat goes, if Heat becomes a movie and I make millions of dollars, then I'm like, baby, I got it. I got
where's your wife?
My wife is upstairs. What we doing right now is what we're doing right now.
Go ahead.
Can you hear this conversation?
I mean, we've already talked. You don't think we've talked about this before? Trust me, we talked.
Hold on. Go ahead, Fee. Go ahead, Fee.
To the point of which I heard Mrs. Aceblade say, I just want to, I'm gonna say it that way. I said, let's just say it that way. But when it said to this generation, like the younger generation, it's kind of similar of a point. And just ride on this boat with me, where you know how somebody in a dating context where they're like, oh, well, what are your love languages or something like that, and it's just like they're trying to gauge what you will do, so then they might go back on like cruise or something, so they won't do the whole 9, etc. what you're expecting, you know what I mean? Because I've seen that in a case or something like that, where it's like they don't want to provide for everything, they want someone else to really step in and do a lot of the heavy lifting that they would initially do, because they're trying to see what you're willing to put out.
I won't lie to you. I think that's smart. I don't know
that
why.
That sounds low-key manipulative. I don't know, because for me, I think
I'm sorry,
Go ahead, Pete.
I missed that. My son was in here butt naked saying hi to me, and I'm like, go to take a bath.
All right.
Go ahead.
He's 4.
Okay.
Go ahead, Pete.
He don't like clothes.
I want to respond to what you're saying.
Y'all got kids. Y'all know what they like.
I
don't like clothes.
You cool
No, I'm
with,
talking about Mrs. H-Blade over
you cool with manipulating people into doing what you want to do?
No, I want Fee to finish her point, and then I'll respond.
I was just saying, I mean, to some that could come off as smart, but in that sense of what I've seen that before can be very manipulative, because it's like if you're asking someone like, what's their love language, and you're like, it's gifts or something, gifts, and so to do that, but at the same time you can only do that for so long, and eventually over time of the relationship, their true stance or their actions of whatever they're going to actually do is going to come to light, regardless of what you said before. You know what I'm saying? It's like that, but only in the tense when it comes to this 50-50 conversation that we're having, when it's like, what are you bringing to the table? And it's like, oh, well, I'm gonna bring X, Y, Z, boom, boom, boom. However, this generation, they'll say that, but then they're kind of like, well, actually, I want you to do this instead, and why isn't this here? And actually, you don't do you know what I mean? Like,
which is why marriages fail in some cases over money.
And of course, it's like you don't just. It's not like it's a legal thing where you just sit at the table and you're just like, okay, what are these things that we're gonna do for the rest of our life till we die? It's like it's a constant conversation. I feel like that constantly has to get updated to know where you guys are. But I think that it's just a lot of people who just don't. They're not on the same page. So then when they ride off into the sunset, there's a lot of things that are really off.
I'm with Porterfield.
Yeah, what NM said, I agree with. We don't need to use LeBron, but we don't need to use LeBron. But so to respond to what Fee's saying, no, I don't agree that you should be manipulative. Everybody that knows me knows I'm not gonna do that. I am way too forthcoming. So I'm gonna tell you early, hey, this is I'm gonna tell you early that I'll tell you early where things stand for me. You know what I'm saying? Like you never have to worry about like where I stand, what I believe on something, and all that type of stuff. Because I'm gonna tell you, like I believe when we did the show on the things that you need in a relationship, like the top 5 things that you need in a relationship, communication is number 1 for me. Because I don't care what else you have going on in your relationship. If your communication isn't effective, your relationship is gonna fail at some point. Because at some point your relationship will get hard, and the only way for you to fix it is communication. And if you don't effectively communicate, you can't fix it. So to me, in the beginning of the relationship, whatever it is, especially if you're starting to get deep in the weeds with somebody, those are conversations y'all should have had. God knows if you get married. If you get married and you've never had a conversation about how y'all are gonna what they believe about raising children, what you believe about paying the bills, all of those, especially if you move in with them. But this happens all the time. People do it, but you shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Especially at our age. Are you kidding? If you're in your 30s and still making that type of mistake, you got to talk to an adult. Like, you got to talk to somebody older and let them guide you, because you're on some different stuff. You should not be in your 30s making stupid decisions like that, especially living with somebody else. What is What is that?
Burn
No.
this paraphernalia.
Javon said he tired of seeing us in purple, so we thought we'd put a purple out. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all make me hate purple.
Oh, you know what? I got a prop too. Give me. I'll be right back. Y'all keep talking.
Yeah, here you go.
I got a prop.
All right, can I ask? I'm gonna ask a question. I want to ask the Ace Blades a question. Let's say let's say you the husband. I can't. I want to laugh really hard at this, but I can't because I'm about to feel it.
You missed the spot.
Did I miss? Oh, wait.
You missed the spot.
Is it right here?
The broom is not big enough.
No, to the left. To the left.
Bigger broom.
To the left.
Hey,
Yeah.
Morgan. About 4 steps to the left.
4? Okay. 1, 2,
About 4 steps to the left.
3, 4.
Hey,
Okay.
it happens.
There we
to
go.
the best.
Okay.
Though. It happens to the best.
Oh, you got to get a little higher in your elevation
Oh,
to get some of that sweeping.
I don't want to go too high. I hurt my foot again.
Okay.
You hurt your foot when you heard it the first time.
I don't know. Ask LeBron.
Oh,
You went to the-
I have a question. No, seriously. I have a question.
I'm listening.
Seriously. If let's say you are elementary school
Mhm.
teacher, the man is an elementary school teacher. Y'all know how much elementary school teachers make,
Mhm.
right? Now let's say this elementary school teacher, he meets, say, a woman like a lawyer, and she's making 150, 200K,
Mhm.
right?
Okay.
Now let's say they love each other.
Daddy's little girls.
Daddy's little girls.
Okay.
Now, in that situation,
Love that movie.
she's used to living a specific type of life, right? She's probably lived by herself. She probably, got a nice apartment, maybe even have a house at this point. He might not. He might just have an apartment. Now, they want to get together, they want to get married. She's got this existing lifestyle. If he can't manage that lifestyle on his salary, do you think it's a bad thing? You don't think that he would want to take care of that, but he can't?
Can't is a very strong word. And in my
At the salary that he
I
got,
like it.
so
I like
John
it.
is right.
I just say this.
You
is
just
soon.
went off about old girl who said that she wouldn't marry a bus driver. And
Actually, no, I didn't say that. I said if she don't want to marry a dude who's a bus driver, go find somebody else. My issue with her was the way she was talking about
It was the way she was talking about bus drivers.
That's what I said.
well, I mean, that's
I just want to
different
make
strokes for
sure
different
you
folks. I
understood
didn't
that.
even know about that conversation.
Because she was dogging bus drivers and people like that, calling them mediocre and average. I thought
That
was
is wrong because it's just like, are you married to mediocre, average, whatever your perspective is?
She said her mom was a bus driver. I'm like, I want to be like, so is your mom mediocre?
So you just
and
gonna be
average?
disrespectful to your moms? Like,
But I'll be honest with you, based on her point, yes, she was at that time in her life.
She wouldn't say that.
You just said it,
face.
Morgan. That time in their life,
Did y'all
Correct.
read her book?
when two people come together and they decide to go into a marriage, do you think they're going to be in the same point in their life or a different point in time in their life?
It depends on how effective their communication is. Boom.
I don't
I
think so.
I love the sound.
What do you mean? I don't understand that. Say
I
that
said it
again.
depends on how effective their communication is.
Well, there's communication in that.
No,
point.
if they're in two different places in their life, they
No,
might.
what I mean is,
Like you might be in a different.
Exactly. If they have a plan together. So I mean, yes, that is right in the communication in their life, but it's also needs to be followed up by action because if they're getting into a new chapter in their life, what are they going to be doing to do the next couple of things going forward? Because if those two won't fit, then they have to figure out if they want to make it work. They have to do X, Y, and Z to make it work.
I agree 1,000,000%.
I agree.
But that's what, again, to me, that's why the communication piece is very important. There's some people
it's so important. We're humans. We need to communicate and we need to get better at it and know how to talk to people, especially people you decide to live your life with. Like you definitely
100%.
should understand who you are with, like the majority of your life. You know, should definitely understand how each other operate, how you function, how you have certain goals, what you want to do years on in the future. That should all be something you should know.
How you're going to achieve those goals, and then if you fall short of those goals, have an effective communication on how we're going to recalibrate to get to that goal.
Exactly.
Again, in most relationships, we know, like for divorces, the top rate reason that people get divorced is money, right? But I don't think it's the money itself. I think they were not effectively communicating about the money, what the expectations were, what they were going to need to do, what they needed to do together to get to where they were going. Because I've said this 50 million times. Partnership is king for me. If me and you can't be in a relationship, and everything in our relationship should be viewed as what we are doing. If it's not what we're doing, then you stay in your relationship with yourself, and I'm gonna stay in mine with me. Because if we can't work together, then what are we together for? What are you building together? If you're not building something together, then why are y'all together? You wasting time at that point, in my opinion. So
I mean, I agree with that.
So I mean, but if you effectively communicate, hey, like me and my ex-girlfriend has had this conversation many a time, and we came from two completely different perspectives, because she had the mindset that, you know, the man is supposed to provide everything or whatever, and for me, it's contextual. If I have it to provide for everything, I'm definitely gonna do it, right? But one thing I'm not gonna tolerate, myself as a person, I'm not getting ready. I'm talking about it. Me and Danny already had a deal, and we was out here making movies and doing everything that we want to do. We had already accomplished that, and I'm just looking for a woman to share that with, and for us to build. I am not built for being the man that is gonna provide and make sure my woman's good, but she don't have no goals she's working towards. She just living off of me. I'm not built for that. I'm not at all. Like, that's not even tolerable for me. So whether you work or not isn't the issue. It's a matter of, I need you to have some, and I know I hear women say, I have a lot of female friends, and I hear my female friends say that a lot. Like, if a dude's not in a certain position financially, if he's not in a certain position financially, that's not as bad as not having any goals, not having any drive, not having any something that he's reaching towards, or trying to change his station, or trying to change his position. You know what I'm saying?
Funny you say female friends. Oh man, that's funny you said female friends. It's like diet bitch to me. I don't like it.
Really?
Yeah, like females.
Friends?
This is weird. I don't know. I know that's totally different in the conversation, but that just.
So, what would you prefer, women?
Like the women,
gender?
you have that, like the friends that you have that happen to be women instead of like female. Females just sound very.
Mm-hmm.
It's distant. It's like you kind of separate us from I don't know. That's a whole other conversation itself.
That's another one of these evolutionary things that's just changed.
No, it's just the thing that's gone on for years when it comes to terminology. That's a whole nother conversation.
So it would sound better if I say friends that are women. My friends that are women.
Yeah, friends that are women that you know. Like, I'm just saying, it was just funny because it just gave me a tingle in my ear. That's all I was saying. I'm sorry.
No, I haven't heard that before. That's why I'm listening.
Really?
No, because I have friends that happen to be women. Is that better?
Yeah,
female is a biological term nowadays.
Yeah, like the ladies are like someone, and you're like, you know, it's just, I just said it. I just kind of went out and said it.
No, you good?
No, well.
It's what you how you.
And I want to learn, because if I'm saying something that's offensive,
because I don't just say, you know, all my male friends. I just say like the guys, just like, you know, the men and that happen to be friends. You know, it's just, I don't know.
What do you call your girlfriends? Your girlfriends?
Homegirls.
What,
friends? Friends.
Yeah, but if I say my friends, if I say my friends, don't put a gender on it,
I don't know. It just came up. It just came up. You know,
like we wouldn't call men boys. That's a good example of that.
How is female?
We call each other boys. I feel like I was my boy.
Well, remember, last time I was here when you was called boy, it didn't go too well.
Me?
I don't know, Javon.
No, the way he didn't say that's my boy. He said boy.
Here we go.
Javon be like,
he said boy.
It depends. Hey,
but see, no, just kidding. That's
the
totally
tone
different.
matters.
Yeah, the equivalent to boy would be girl. Like if I say my girlfriends, would that still sound?
Well, I wouldn't say.
I would.
I mean, depends on how many girlfriends you got.
I'm sorry.
Why?
I did this. I feel so bad. I'm sorry.
No, I'm legitimately interested now, but okay.
There was a conversation about it I heard a long time ago. Not that long ago, but it was basically just like female. So like to PJ's point, it's a biological term. So I mean, again, it's just the wording and a lot of certain terms that have been names that women have been given over the years don't really have much empathetic consideration in mind. when they're given. So it's just like in that way, it's very. It lacks the emotion of a sense. It's just kind of like dehumanizing in the way the terminology how it's certainly set. Even though females are like, yes, it's accurate in a very biological way. It's not necessarily what should be like a general term of how to be addressed.
No, that makes sense. Like Tiana was saying, you know,
I did not mean to make it that long. I really did not. But it just was interesting because I was just like,
I'm interested now because I want to. If it's something that I need to adjust, I want to. So
I just be like, hey, them people over there.
Yeah.
Them folk
if you would be country, say y'all. I mean, I'm just kidding, y'all. But
y'all.
I'm from the South.
We definitely use y'all.
I definitely say y'all.
I say y'all. No, I do.
But in that context, I just meant I have a lot of women that are my friend. I have a lot of friends that
you have a lot of women in your life. Okay, look, the women.
Hey, Morgan's struggling. I can see the smoke coming from his ears.
I
literally have never heard that before. So
I didn't mean to do this.
Of the opposite gender who I befriend, and
I did not mean to do this. It was just.
That's funny. I'm sorry.
That was funny.
Happy birthday, Beverly! Early. Happy
birthday to you.
Happy early birthday. There's definitely smoke rolling in here.
I can't imagine saying to my wife, I talked to my girlfriend.
No.
Why didn't you say her name?
I'm not about to say.
Oh, what about talking about multiple ones? I was like, oh man, I was talking to my girlfriends yesterday.
Tiana,
they're all friends.
But if I'm saying I have a lot of
all of your friends that happen to be women, they have this opinion about X, Y, or Z. Or if you want to put it together that way, it's not necessarily, that's a suggestion. I'm not saying I have the whole answer to everything with that. However, I just don't think female is the answer. I just don't think that is my opinion.
I mean, I understand like when you can hear it in like in a bad context.
Because I have always heard it in a negative way. It can come off very negative. It's a negative connotation. Oh, these females are just, and it's just like, ew, like it just.
Dang, what dudes you been hanging around?
Hey man, I was hanging out with my boyfriends yesterday.
I'm not saying that.
Javon just woke up. I don't know what side of the bed you woke up on. Can you go back to sleep? Because I don't know.
Javon,
so problematic.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying that. All right, back.
Is it Friday yet? I'm ready to be around my co-host.
I'm sorry, man. That was so funny to me.
Listen, all right, you're right, Emmanuel. All right, let me go back to the original.
You're all right. My bad.
Let me go back to the original point.
My girlfriend was tripping yesterday, baby.
No,
my girlfriend was tripping.
I am going to be cognizant of that from now on. Like when I get ready to be like, yo, my women that happen to be like, I'm probably gonna stay legit. Like I'm probably gonna be like, my girl, friends that happen to be women. Friends that happen to be women. I have a lot of
those people of the opposite gender that I speak
Morgan,
to.
I got
on a regular basis.
Morgan, I got one for you. When you talk about Tam, you don't call Tam your female friend.
Yes, I do.
You call Tam your girlfriend.
I do.
No, you do not, sir.
I don't call her my girlfriend. What are you talking about?
Not your girlfriend. You say Tam is your girl.
You said
that's my girl.
Tam.
My girl Tam is
that's
what you say. You say my
okay,
girl,
but
Tam.
in the context of the conversation, in the conversation, in the context of the sentence, tell me in the context of the sentence what I should have said.
I'm just saying.
Oh,
as far as they were saying the empathy, as far as they're saying the empathy that comes along with the term female is not there. Like it sounds to from how I'm understanding, it just sounds hollow. So I know when you talk about Tam, you say my girl Tam, and that's a familiarity. You have a bond with her. So it has.
Well, he's talking singularly.
Yes, I'm talking about one person.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. When you're talking about Tam, I know that you care about her because of how you talk about her. When you say female friends, it doesn't. What I'm hearing.
If you were to talk about me, you wouldn't say my female friend Tiana.
I call you sis. I call you my sis.
You say she's your sister.
I'm not about to say so. I don't consider all of my female friends sister though.
I'm just trying to help.
Shut up. You help by shutting up.
was just trying to help my guy.
You can help by shutting up.
All right.
Okay, I'll leave it at this, and we can just go on with this conversation. We can go on back to topic. My only question is, when you say females, right? When you say this, are you saying it to other women?
Fee, are you saying that you equate someone saying female to that of a dog? Is that what you're feeling like?
No, it just seems very like it just doesn't seem genuine. It's very, like, again, like Danny said, it's very hollow.
It's detached, kind of.
Yes, like it just doesn't seem. It just seems very impersonal. I don't know, because if I say, like, you know what I mean, like if they're friends of yours, I don't think, if you, like, again, that's what I was saying, when you ask that question or you talk about them and you say females, do you have that conversation with someone that's another woman? Like, because how would they be receptive to that? Because it was just like, dang, if I was your friend, I don't want you to refer to me as something like like that's kind of, you know what I mean? Like that's the only thing that I said, and that's what I meant.
I miss what you would have preferred to hear.
Yeah, he can't have female friends. So that we don't have that. So I don't
have them. Oh man, I want to talk about
this. Okay, we can just go on to it.
No, it's time for the top 5.
The original topic.
I'm gonna mute myself because I want to talk about it.
It's time for the top 5.
Is that an option?
There you go. Thank you, PJ. We can just have that. We can go on to the options.
Yeah, the original topic was whether or not it's still scrolling at the bottom.
Hey, we talking about.
I mean, but we was all agreeing, so but we were just saying our argument of tone.
Yes, I think. Well, I don't know, because again, what stoked? See what I did there? What stoked Javon's initial interest was the conversation back, the hypocrisy of the conversation, which is, I want these antiquated expectations that I'm not willing to provide myself. He heard that a lot in the conversations. I hear it a lot in those conversations. I think it gets fixed easily by context. So again, in Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union's relationship, she gave context. It made sense. Everybody's still talking about it. They just talk because Twitter's a terrible place. Yeah. But the greater conversation is the logical part of that conversation is, hey, if you're looking for a man to pay all your bills, you should say that, and you should make that known to whoever you're dating. You should, as a matter of fact, that should come up fairly early. To be honest with you, so y'all don't waste each other's time. Let's good stuff.
I know. I'm so worried that I'm sorry. I was worried about coming back before.
No. I've enjoyed having you on today. That was a great conversation. Believe it or not, I was very interested in hearing it.
Never look, as a man, I've said this many times on this show, and I've said it off the show too. I value women's opinions because y'all see the world completely differently than how I see it. And there's going to be things that I miss. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be things that I miss that I would not otherwise know unless you brought it up. I've never thought about that in my life until you just said it. So it's just something for me to think about. So,
I do it. I call my female friends when I'm referring to them to other people. Like, so I never even thought about it.
Oh, because I have said my girlfriends in the past, and then it's like, oh snap, and then somebody takes it like, oh, so you got a bunch of them.
Because I can see how they take the women in your life as well. It's like negative. Like,
I am not,
but at the same time, in that way, like you know what's between whatever you're going through. So I don't know. I ain't trying to get my ass kicked.
That's smart. That's smart, Javon. You should.
Hey, baby, man! I was talking to my girlfriends yesterday, man. And we was just
look. That's what I'm saying. My ex,
say what now?
If I had to try that crap, my ex, she would have punched me through the computer.
My wife be like, "Say who now?"
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
that's why that's why I keep it impersonal. That's why I use a female. That's why female is impersonal friends. We can't hear you.
My bad. Keep doing that because
she been talking for like 10 minutes.
No, I've been like them other females. They irrelevant. So yeah, keep doing that. Female.
Hey, they my female friend. They ain't even women to me. They not even
Make sure your wife know that they don't even matter.
They ain't even women. They just bodily organs.
What?
Wrapped in skin.
Tony said we better be treating. Tony said we better be treating Fee right, or it's beef on site, bro. We can have beef on site just because, and I don't even need to disrespect Fee. We can just fight when we see each other.
Yeah, 5-Star Friday can't hang.
I'm from Durham, bro.
Yo,
what you want to do?
Like that?
We could do basketball. We could do volleyball. We could do.
I ain't
what
gonna
want?
say
What
you
sports
can't hang
got?
with us. And you literally
I'm
invite me
not
to
you, Fee. Not
but I'm
you.
part of Five
them.
Star.
You can't
Okay,
say
but
that.
you here today.
That's true.
That don't mean I'm not part of it.
But
we
you
would
here
never.
today. He was talking trash about us.
We would never disrespect Fee
He was
ever.
protecting me. He's standing up for me. He's like a big brother. He was making sure I was okay.
From what?
What?
Healthy discourse?
Y'all over here trying to.
And I'm not okay. Look,
Me,
If
I
you're
already
telling your
owe
wife
Tony
you
as
say
it is.
these girls,
I owe Tony
this
as it
is
now. I ain't
exactly
forgot.
why.
hey,
Tony, I
hey,
didn't
PJ,
forget.
I like that.
I did not forget,
PJ,
Tony.
I
Don't
like
think
that.
I forgot. I did not. I did not
Exactly
forget.
why.
PJ, I like that, man. These girls I know over there.
Yeah,
Them girls I know over there.
I like it. I like it. Look, I'm single.
I
I can
like
say
it,
what I
They
want.
man.
got the right.
PJ, I got
I
it.
can say
Them
what I
girls
want.
I
I'm
know over
single,
there.
but when I get in a relationship again, you're right. I'm definitely using that. If I call a woman my girlfriend,
Thank you, because I was like, I was like, someone please step in and just say what it is, because I just know it.
Hey, them women
Look,
folk, the women
th-
folk that I be talking to now and
those
then.
humans that happen to be
That's
of
right.
those humans that happen to be of the female persuasion.
The people who have the opposite gender,
yeah, the opposite gender of male,
the opposite gender over there. That I
the one that
speak
took the rib in the Bible.
You stupid,
Um,
man. Yeah.
all my
That's the
ribs.
stupidest
All my
thing.
ribs
That's the
out there.
stupidest thing you ever said.
All my
man.
saying,
ribs
bro.
out there.
That's the
I need to
stupidest
come up
thing
with
you ever
alternative
said, man.
ways, bro. I don't want no smoke.
That's the stupidest thing you done
All my
ever said,
ribs
man.
that I be
I don't-
talking to.
I don't want no smoke.
But I'm
Is all I'm
defending-
saying. I don't want no smoke.
I'm just speaking my mind, you know.
And I appreciate it legitimately. So
See, that,
I don't know.
Morgan,
Like,
that's
I'm
the
that
dumbest
friend
thing
that
you ever
I would
said,
just
Morgan.
want to make
Well,
sure, like, if
I
I wasn't in the other room or anything like that, I would want to speak well of my, you know, it's look again. That's it.
no, I get it. It's cool. Look, all right.
Adam's friend.
That was one of the
That
best
might have been
tangents
what
we've
Adam
ever
did.
had on this
Adam
show.
might have effed up like that too. Well, my feet. Oh, you're what? I'm sorry.
This apple.
Baby, I'm sorry. Here go this fruit. We're not supposed to eat that, but I got this exclusive. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry. All right. So,
And I'm not going to.
do we want to get it? Y'all want to go ahead and get into the list? Because
All right, yeah, we
Yeah,
did
sure.
that.
Olivia,
I feel like why not? Sure.
yeah,
Please.
pink one.
do our list, and then we broached some of what Fee, you said y'all would talk about earlier.
That was the best
Like,
tangent
you
I've
yourself
ever had
do,
on
Hey,
this.
Tony.
Yeah, we can get on that. Anyway, all right. So who wants to go first? Did I go first last week? I think I did.
I'll go because I'm not a car person.
Me either.
So not even in the slightest.
Me either.
So I'm a tell you the ones that I like.
All right. Well, I mean, again, all right. Let's make sure we make it clear to everybody. So we're talking brands, right? Not specific models. We're talking about we're pretty much talking about the make of the car, like not the overall car company, because I needed to clarify whether we were talking about the overall car company, like that makes multiple brands, or if we're talking about like the make of the car, and we're talking about the make of the car. So I want to make that clear. So we know, for example, Honda makes Honda and Acura, right? Those are two different makes of the car. That's what we're talking about.
Gotcha.
So, all right.
I'm looking at it. Go ahead, Javon. I'll tell y'all how I looked at it
Tell us how you looked at it.
I'm just saying a brand is like image that you look at. Like Nike is a brand, right? Nike has a brand. Just Do It as a brand.
Yeah.
So when you look at this car brand, you know, it's the most desirable one. It's the one that people, you know, it's the one that people want the most. So that's how my list is. So, but go ahead, Javon.
Yeah, go ahead.
It the make?
I don't understand how that's different than what we do.
That's not the make, or I
Go
mean,
ahead,
I'm curious.
The make is the
Can
brand.
You go first?
Yeah, me too.
I go first.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
My list is I got no beef with Tony Clapper because he's teaching me some stuff for the grill that I'm gonna use this summer. So I ain't Tony.
Me and Tony still got beef.
That's
You know
okay.
why?
Ain't got a plate yet. No, I'm just
Tony
kidding.
know why we still got beef.
Tony, you gotta send me a plate.
My number 5 is the best selling car franchise in the history of automobiles. Toyota.
Ew.
Toyota. Above that is Ford. Ford is right above that. Ford is the American staple of the
Above
American.
it or below it? Didn't you say
Above-
the Toyota sold
above-
more?
Yeah, but Ford has a better brand than Toyota.
So your number 5 is Toyota and number 4 is Ford.
Ford, yes. Number 3 is Mercedes.
Right.
Mercedes up there. Number 2 is the peak of performance, Porsche. And number 1 is the standard. When you say something is great, you call it the Cadillac of that thing. So Cadillac is number 1 for me.
Why wasn't Nissan on your list?
That's your
Are
list.
you not
baby.
muted? My
That's
bad.
your list.
That's your list.
Who said
Sis.
that?
Yep. I said it. What you gonna do?
Besides the Altima,
I'll bust
I
the
never won.
windows out your.
I'm in
Alright,
Durham.
Jasper,
Nigga, you can't.
That's my list.
All right. Okay. All right. I don't like the Fords on your list at all, but
Ford's
okay.
got a great brand,
I probably did my. I don't
especially,
know. I feel like I
especially
did
for
my,
trucks and
Mm-mm.
Ford's got a great brand.
No.
I'm gonna just go with the ones
Are
I
you
like.
going?
These are the ones I
Right.
like.
I was like, that's
I'm
kind of where my
probably-
list is based off of.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
I'm probably is probably going to be
Go
not
ahead.
right, but whatever. Number 5, Mercedes Benz.
All right.
Number 4, BMW.
All right.
Number 3, Porsche.
The foreign stuff.
Number 2, Lamborghini,
Foreign.
and number 1, Maserati.
So you hate America. Okay, got you. Got it.
Wait, you got a toy? Don't you got Toyota on your
Toyota
list?
was number 5, yes, but I also have Ford and Cadillac on my list. You have
Right.
one American
Good
car.
for you.
You have one American car around the world.
Congratulations.
This ain't about I love America.
Um,
About branding.
This is what cars do I like?
PJ, you wildin'.
You said Ford has a great
Brand. Brand.
Oh man, P, do you want to go next, or you want me to go?
I mean, I can go.
You sure?
Yeah.
I don't want to put pressure on you, all right, but
I've already been.
Morgan still.
What is pressure at this point, really? Anyway,
go ahead.
screw it, man. 5 is I would say 5 is Chevy
All right.
because I love me a good Corvette.
Okay.
4, I'll say Tesla because I want a Tessie one day.
Okay.
3,
It'll blow up on you.
I'm gonna go with Lamborghini because
Okay.
I like the Aventador.
Danny said you hate America. He just
That's
said it in his
cool.
head when you said Lamborghini.
She said Chevy first.
Bro.
The next one is going to be Altima, which I'm sorry, Nissan. Excuse me.
Nissan.
I said
Okay.
it backwards. Switch it, reverse it.
You good? Nissan. Number 1.
And then Honda. Is that 5 or am I missing one?
5.
Oh, okay.
Honda or Hyundai?
Honda.
Honda.
Not
Ain't
Hyundai.
nobody say Hyundai. Ain't nobody.
Don't
You
do
ain't
that.
never heard
I've
somebody
had
say
3 Sonatas in a
Hyundai.
row, and I love it. So
Hondas are pretty. They're always reliable.
Morgan always got to
That's
show
a
himself to
Hyundai
be
though,
the,
right?
the
Yeah, I-
exception to the rule.
Sonata is a Hyundai.
The only reason why I didn't say Cadillac is just like anything like a light goes out and it's like
Cadillac
$80
Escalade.
already.
Since you gonna give us a list,
Yeah.
all right.
All right.
These just gonna be cars. There's gonna be
Pinto.
5 cars that Tiana won't in life. Just gonna let you know.
Well, Danny,
Let me go.
hey, Danny's not buying
Let
none
me
of these
go.
cars. Danny said
I'm
he's
gonna get
buying
one of
none
them.
them.
So this might
Lambo,
help.
Maybach.
One of them.
Lambo, Maybach,
Danny
Maserati.
said these cars are from her
Hey,
bank
the next,
account.
the next five anniversary gifts coming up. I'll just
Go ahead, sis.
Okay. Oh, you
It's a
hey,
toss up.
Tiana. Hey, we gonna record. We gonna snippet this.
I didn't say
all
which
right?
year they was gonna be.
Every anniversary, we gonna send
Go
it
ahead,
to
sis.
the 25th anniversary, the 30th. Go ahead. Bro.
them.
All right. So you got Nissan, and that's my number 1. You know,
Number
I go
one
the
is-
opposite direction.
The 370.
All right. Switch it up now.
370Z, my car, of course. And then you have the Mazda
Okay.
Miata.
I-
Then you
Don't-
have the
Go for
Porsche.
5-1.
Let her do her thing. You
Yeah.
know, Tiana don't follow the rules.
Porsche, I'm gonna have to reverse it.
Porsche at 3.
Oh, this Toyota 86 is cute.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
No, it's not. So he say, let's see. Hold
She
on,
literally
I'm
just
still looking.
at,
Hold on.
just looking at cars.
Bro, ow. We talk, sis. It's the make of the car, not the actual model,
I'm
we
picking
ain't doing
cars
the
that look
model.
similar
It's
to my
not the
car.
model.
bro.
So just cut the second part off and just say the first
Just
part.
say the first part.
The Porsche. You
I
already
said
Porsche.
Porsche.
She gonna be like
I said
Honda
the
Civic.
Mazda.
I
I don't like this Hyundai Coupe. It's ugly. Ford.
Hey, Tony, that's
see
how I
that?
balance it
Ford
out.
Mustang. Ford.
Ford, and the last one, the
Oh,
Corvette.
this Corvette.
Chevy Corvette. Chevrolet.
So, all right.
Little
Number
bit Corvette.
number 5 is Chevy. Number
Chevy
4 is
Camaro.
Ford.
Chevy Camaro.
Number 3 is Porsche.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Number 2.
Hey man, you ain't used to the
Number
quicks
2 is
by
what?
now.
Hey,
man.
listen,
Come on, now.
more. That's a great question. Honestly, it's bittersweet for me because I always,
Number
when I
2 is
name my
Mazda.
cars,
Number 1 is
I
Nissan.
always make them unisex. So just to answer your question, my bad.
You make cars unisex?
Well, I usually give them names. Like mine is like Morgan. So I mean, it's not. It could be either
Queen.
names where it's like can go either way.
Sis, Mazda and number 2.
Isn't it bad luck to name a car after a man? I heard something
Probably.
like that. No,
I don't know where you heard. I never heard.
I heard
that.
it's like. I don't
Sis,
know.
did you put Mazda at number 2, like for real?
Specifically the Miata.
Anyway, all right, here we go.
I pray for my wife. I can afford one of
Listen,
them though.
first of all, hold
Hold
on. I do need to say this though. I do need to say this. I am right there with Javon. I'm not a car person at all. Like
I'm
at
not
all.
either.
And that's
But,
okay.
but God dog, a Mazda though?
That's okay.
I was about to say. I mean,
I just
I
brought a
don't know
car that looks
everything.
cute on the list. That's all. I just brought
All
a car that looks cute on the list. Just to give you 5. Oh, if I could have, I would have just said
I love a Corvette.
370Z times
Gotta
5.
sing it.
370Z times 5, period.
Tony said Javon loved the Patriots but hate America. That's
You got to balance it out, man.
Woo! This is
All right.
America. Don't catch you slipping. Oh my gosh. Oh,
I
Hey,
didn't.
you know,
I never said I hated
That's
America.
all time song now.
this is
Tony
America.
said that.
That's all
Don't
time
catch you
song now.
slipping.
Don't play with it.
all right.
All right,
Tony
All
said
right,
that.
Borg.
all right. Number 5. Number 5.
Ain't Tony a Steelers fan?
I don't know.
That means
Number
he hated
5,
Yeah.
Land Rover.
How did
Number
Tony
5.
get in this? He's not here.
Number 5, Land Rover. Number 4, Beamer, BMW. Used to be that 745, but they switched to a 750, but that's a different conversation. Number 3, Audi. I love those cars, especially the sleek ones. Whether it's the SUV or the regular or the regular coupe. Oh my god, I don't like small cars, so I definitely get SUV. But Audi, number 3.
Okay.
Number 2, Cadillac, got to be in there. And number 1, Benz. And that was hard for me because a few years ago, BMW would have been number 1, but there are some Mercedes models coming out now that just make me.
What happened to your Volkswagens?
Well, Volkswagen makes some of those cars.
Yeah,
that.
I agree.
You bet that, huh?
Which one?
Huh?
Okay.
Audi.
Okay, man. You want with Team Tessie? E?
Tesla
Tesla
got
number
a
one
lot
up there?
to learn though. Like Tesla, I one of my dream cars is the Tesla.
I test drove the Y and it was so fun. I had a blast.
But
Love
Cadillac, yeah, man.
Unreliable.
Cadillac, you can't go wrong with no Cadillac car.
but
I
but
want Tessie.
Tesla's still got some kinks to work out. But I want one too. I want.
Have you test drove one?
No,
It's so fun. It's so cool.
I'm gonna spend money and I
Jess, don't be trying to play Land
You
Rover like
spend
that, bro.
money. You just test drive. It's free $99 to test drive it.
If me and my wife have one main thing in common. If we go to look at it, we
I
try to
don't
buy
window
it.
shop. Yeah, I
We
don't
don't
window
nobody care, Sean.
Trying to buy it.
Okay.
Don't nobody care, Sean.
I didn't get to window shop as a kid, so I'm living out my inner child right now.
What's wrong with it.
So I window shop a lot.
You got time to do it, you should do it.
Oh,
they,
Celtics acting like they want to win. Hold on, let me.
they like the iPhone.
It's been an interesting.
Toyota lasts
been
longer
interesting.
than Javon
They
and
never
the debate. They never get.
Dang, Tony,
Hey, listen.
what is going on?
Somebody cool.
You know, Tony, I'm
Tony
about to come on top. I'm coming on Fridays. I'm coming on
Tony
Fridays.
got propane grill
Tony
smoke
want that
tonight.
smoke.
Bro, what is
Tony want
this?
that smoke. So I'm finna come on.
God almighty, boy.
Get him.
What's going on?
Tony, you couldn't debate with me on your
Tony always
best
got
day,
the
sir.
jokes. though.
I just want
Tony
you to
always come with
understand,
the
man.
jokes. I can say
Tony,
that.
what you doing?
Tony on one today.
Tony had to think about that for like 20 minutes before
Stop.
he
Okay,
posted.
stop.
All right?
Stop.
He had to think about
Stop.
it. He had to think about
Stop
it.
it.
He was googling
Stop it.
like how do I
Don't
snap
oh
back at
no!
black
Don't
people?
tell you looking up Chat GPT.
Tony had to Google how do I snap
Now,
back at black
Tony is
people.
the clapback
That's
kid
what
now.
he
He
had.
always
Tony, you gonna let this man say you Chat GPT in your responses, bro? I know you're not gonna let stand for that. I know you're not.
He
standing for
said,
that.
Tony, you need AI to
You
snap
see
back
what he
at me,
said?
man.
Nissan,
Infinity.
Exactly.
Wasn't that
Who said
funny?
that?
But now that my
Wait,
wife
nah,
has-
just I know
Just,
what
that sound like a
drive
North
is.
Carolinian. Sound like a North Carolinian thing to say.
Wait a minute. First off, you gonna stop with this North Carolinian crap.
Hey man, I'm just talking about man.
All right, so
Tony, you got the clap? Man, you got
wow.
get that taken care of.
Oh, wow.
Get that taken care of, man. I'm just saying.
the gloves are off today.
I'm just saying.
My God.
Hey,
Hey, he came for me.
Tony, you want me to send you the link? I'm about to get out of here. So
Look,
you want me to send the link so you can come
Hey, Tony, you came for me,
More.
sir.
I'm in a very complicated
Thank
position.
you, Fee.
I
Why you
understand
letting
your
Tony
position.
take shots
I
at me?
understand your position.
my
Fee. I'm sorry
He
to
can
show that.
defend
we got-
himself. It's his show. I mean, but at the same
All
time,
right.
I'm trying to tell Tony.
That's why I told him he got.
don't gotta
I
do
told
that.
Tony he got to get the
Tony
shot.
did
Just go
did
get the
start it
shot.
though.
It's
I
okay.
mean, being
Thank
fair,
you. Thank you so much.
he did start it. So I mean, this is like a Rick Ross and DJ everything. I was gonna talk
And
about
again,
that tonight.
I'm in a very special predicament
I
because
agree.
I'm stuck like Chuck. You know, I'm stuck between
Hey,
a rock and a hard
if
place.
you come for the king, you best not
Hey,
miss.
listen, I get it.
You know,
What's
so
good,
you
Daniel?
come on.
What's good, Daniel?
Yeah, man, it's a personal
I'm
issue.
here
with
just
Burns.
minding
Hey,
my-
listen, I can't relate.
Look, we're not gonna let nobody come for you, Fee. You know what I'm saying? But
I
you know.
appreciate that, but at the
We
same
got
time,
you.
like I
We
just
got you.
But Tony the one that threw the Molotov. Like he, you know what I mean? We was just talking.
he
was just like,
came
"Wow."
to defend me because he thought I was in danger, and I appreciate
How?
it.
Why?
I don't
Tony,
know.
I
But
invited
you
Fee
coming on the show with
on.
three
I
black men.
don't
You know what?
know.
You know what, Tony? I don't appreciate your racism. I don't appreciate it. She
Wait,
come on the
wait.
show with three black men. Now you got to come and check on all of a sudden? Huh?
Oh,
Huh? Is that what this
wait,
is? Is that what we doing? Is that what we doing, Tony?
wait a minute.
Hey
Wait a
man,
minute.
you better be careful before Tony call the police on us.
Wait a
I'm just
minute.
saying.
You right.
Wait a minute.
Tony,
You right?
It's not gonna be good for any of us. Don't say that. Don't stop. Don't say
I
that.
know. That's why you need to get them. There's too much going on. God almighty, we're here trying to have a
Wait a
peaceful
minute.
conversation.
Wait a minute.
All right.
it's
Now,
getting real.
Hey, listen.
hey.
You think?
you know how we do over here. You know how we do over here.
You was unloading the clip, Tony, and now we got to return in kind.
Look, you
Oh,
can't
Lord.
drive. You can't drive by over here, bro. Look, you drive by over here. We going to burn them stuff down. You know what I mean? Like we got to go ahead and let it happen.
Hey, listen.
From Durham, bro. I
Listen.
don't got time. We just cut
Bull
straight to
City.
town. Bull City
Listen,
all day.
Nah, Tony, don't come for me.
I'm too blessed to be
Yeah.
stressed, but at the same time, I just like keeping the peace. And at the same time, this peace does not reside here right now. And I don't know how I feel about it.
But we were peaceful. We were Oh,
Sir,
come on, Tony.
sir,
He said, "Officer, he
Sir.
called police."
Hey,
Sir.
man, Tony over there spelling clapper like
Sir.
Karen, man. Come on now.
sir.
He said he called police.
I ain't got time. I don't got time. I got to go to work tomorrow. Okay, chill out. Chill out, Tony.
Hey, I appreciate y'all. I'm about to get out of here.
I don't know what you should because
It's time.
you got to
So
go
great
speak.
seeing
That
you.
was weird. I did that wrong.
What you
Take
You
that
got to
back.
go.
Rewind it. Don't need
What did you do?
nothing.
You can't rewind anything.
It's okay.
Did you say rewind it?
We can't. We can do this though. We can do this.
Don't rewind it.
Throw
We can
him
do
up.
this. You know what I'm saying? Why are you throwing up LeBron signs?
Throw the
Why are
sign.
you throwing up LeBron signs?
All right, y'all. We
Is
got
that
don't ever
LeBron
do that again.
signs? Really?
No, it's not.
Sis, don't ever do that again. What was this?
I did. I did
You
it
literally
right.
just did that.
I
No,
did it
right.
like this.
no,
Morgan.
she did this and this.
I
She
did,
straightened
it
it up.
was
I
sideways.
saw
It was
that.
sideways, bro. It was sideways.
All right.
Shut up, boy. You know what?
You did it. I'm just
Not
making
bro.
sure you.
You already. The next time I see you, for real,
I ain't worried.
it's gonna be ready. And now,
I ain't worried. I'm not worried.
because I ain't never did it. But this time, yeah.
Do it.
Listen, we supposed to love each other.
Oh my
Hey,
gosh.
I look, Fee, I apologize for all the hostility tonight. I don't know what happened.
Again, it's like it's when I come on the show. I don't know.
I don't know what happened. We were having a peaceful conversation here.
I was perfectly respectful.
Yeah, and it was a peaceful conversation, and then Tony just came in to blow everything up.
Tony came in rude.
Wait.
I'm just saying, Tony.
It's really bad. It's really terrible.
All right.
He admits it. See,
all right.
You see that Fee? Now it's peaceful resolution. He admits.
That's all right. See, it's all love, Tony.
Tony, we still got smoke until you know why. We're gonna settle it. We can get it figured out. I love you, and we still gonna get it figured out. So
I honestly just do my best day to day to just mind my black ass business.
There you go. There you go. That is the aspirational goal every day. Just to mind my black business. Yeah, you don't rush it. don't rush it, Tony. Okay, like that's don't do that. Don't rush it. I don't know if we already had a topic in the holster for next week or not. I do look the relationship conversations I do like, but because we could have got deep in the weeds today, and we just we kind of.
I feel like were we not in the weeds? I feel like I was like Indiana Jones today. I was really in there.
Yeah. No, you were definitely in there, right? Like we were in the weeds, but it was like where you just got the weed whacker. It's not like the metal joints. It's not like what I mean. Like you got like a little bit of the little green thing that spins around. Like we got in there a little bit, but we could have. It's a conversation I'm definitely interested in returning back to. We need to come up with another topic like we had the other time. We were talking about like the top 5 things a relationship needs. Because that was a great conversation. So we got to come up with something like that for next week. We got people in here. What do y'all want us to do for next week? And we'll see.
Yeah, whenever I come back, whenever they want to have me back.
Look, you could. The floor is open. The floor is open, Fee. You come back whenever you want to.
This is an open invitation.
It's an open invitation. You come back whenever you want.
I'm sorry that the Quicks were so hostile.
Yeah,
they brought all that tension.
You come back whenever you got time and you want to come through. You let us know, and you in there. We're gonna send you a link immediately. You ain't got to worry about that. So you just let us know when you got time and interest, and you in there. You ain't got to worry about it.
I will say I enjoyed the conversation. It was more like I was trying to talk about a couple things because to me, again, I do think there are
the seaweed
societal norms that we have had for years.
Huh?
I said, Sean started following you. See?
Oh, thank you, Sean. That's what the S is for.
Yeah, Sean Moore.
Well, thank you, Sean. I appreciate that.
Go ahead, Javon. I'm sorry, I won't interrupt, and I was just commentating about that.
No, I was just saying. I do think there are a lot of things that are changing in our society, and it's like even regarding like what marriage is. Like you got poly, you got all types of other things. I don't necessarily agree with, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just think that it's like people are trying to like pick and choose.
Oh no, Sean, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. That's what we're not gonna do. We're not gonna do that. Okay?
Y'all drive me crazy.
I will end this whole stream. Don't do that. That's like go Knicks or something. Ugh. Anyway.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't. It was.
Yeah.
It was there. I didn't have a choice.
Spicy sports takes right now.
Top fighters.
What kind of fighters?
You mean like boxers, UFC, or just?
Yeah, I was like, what type of fighters?
Yeah.
Like
what are we?
It's done. What's done?
Sean, I'll allow it. It's already up there, so I shouldn't have.
Top fighters, MMA.
All time
research on that one.
That could be interesting. I don't know if everybody watches MMA though.
I don't really. I mean, I watch it every now and again. I don't watch it.
I don't know. I feel like my stomach turns when I just see someone get knocked out to go to sleep.
Yeah, I won't lie.
It hurts. My stomach just goes up in a knot.
Because
those hits be so crucial.
Did we do top fighting games?
Oh,
I don't think we did that
We
yet.
talked about. Oh, that was on 5 Star.
No, we ain't do top fighting games yet. We could do that. Oh, I'm not gonna be on next week.
What kind of racism?
Oh man, it's my anniversary. Hey, by the way, happy anniversary, early anniversary to my wife. Tomorrow is our eighth year anniversary.
Smart man.
So happy anniversary. We going on vacation. So this will be my first vacation in a minute.
I love that this was like the topic of conversation where it's just like, who should provide? Who's doing this? And then it's just like, love you. It's like,
y'all made it seem like real talk. So y'all made it seem like I didn't want to do anything.
I just think that's
no, not you. I mean Tiana and they're like, oh, it's like, dude, that's not what I'm saying. Like if I was a multi-millionaire, or hell, if I was making like $500K a year or something like that, I'd be making it rain in this mug. But
God,
that's not reality.
Breaking news events, okay.
Top 5 breaking news events.
I guess it depends on the topic because there's a lot of things. You know how news likes to just bring out anything about.
CNN has breaking news every 5 minutes, so they'll be like, breaking news: coffee tastes good. Like they literally
back to you.
We're gonna just in. This just in. Water still wet.
Back to you, Bob.
Back to you guys. Situation room with Wolf Blitzer.
Top 5 athletes turned actors or actresses. That's pretty interesting.
Oh, we ain't did that. We did rapper turns.
That's interesting.
We know rappers turn athletes turn actors.
Yeah, because it's like the WWE. I mean, you got The Rock, you got John Cena, who's definitely trying to come up on the scene as an actor. Yeah. But top 5, I mean, again, that you'd have to do some research on. Like,
The Rock would have to be in there.
For sure. But there's various others too, because you also got Andre the Giant. He's a classic back with Princess Bride.
Mr. T.
That's
top 5 times Javon had the worst. Oh wow, Javon.
Now I was over here minding my business.
Tony is not playing with you, sir.
I'm trying to mind my business to the best of my ability. Tony, it's so hard right now.
Listen to me, all right?
Yeah.
I've heard some of your arguments on your very own
top
show.
Fighting games. Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
You ain't been kicking it.
Hey, I'm just saying, y'all spicy.
You are more than welcome to come on the show and give your top 5 of anything. Yeah,
Jim Brown definitely in there. That's a good point, Emmanuel. Jim Brown definitely in there.
Oh my goodness.
We could do. Well, y'all can make polls in the group.
Y'all could do like.
I could probably put a poll up. Go ahead, Fee.
You could do like top 5 funniest, I guess, athletes turned commentators. Charles Barkley got to be on there. Right. Can you please just show some of his reels of just him
Charles Barkley
terribly shooting shots and just.
Charles Barkley is he's Shaq, a treasure. He's a treasure.
Hack a Shaq. Come on.
He's a treasure and annoying
Reggie
at
Miller.
the same time. Reggie. Who I'm trying to. What was it? Top 5 athletes that became commentators?
Yeah, I mean, just for fun. I mean, that just
athlete. I mean, 3 out of 4 of them are going to be on one show.
NBA on TNT. Yeah, I mean,
top 5 sports shows. Oh, does Wipeout count?
Well,
oh my gosh.
Number 1,
top 5 wipeouts. Oh my gosh, you guys can do that.
Y'all folks don't seem to like when we do anything sports related. So
how about top 5 wipeout shows or wipeouts? Because that's funny. You'll be laughing through the whole show.
Top superheroes without powers.
I've seen like 3 episodes of Wipeout in my life. Tony Romo.
What did you think of it?
It was funny when I was watching it. I won't lie about that. It definitely was funny when I was watching it. I'm trying to think of much stuff that I watched as comedy at all.
Really?
Like if there's a comedy movie out, it has to be like stand. Like I can't think of any comedy movie that I've gone to the theater to see outside of like Kings of Comedy or like some type of stand up.
Gotcha.
But like a comedy movie, like I love Harlem Nights. I laugh at Harlem Nights.
Top 5 stand up comedians.
I think we've done that.
Oh really?
I think we did it early on.
Who are you guys' number 1?
Mine was Chappelle, hands down. that's my number one. So I mean,
I like Chappelle.
I can't see that changing. I don't remember if I put Kevin on there or not. Kevin used to be on there, but his later specials aren't as funny to me as like Seriously Funny and Grown Little Man. Cat Williams is definitely on there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for me, I'm pretty sure my 5 had. I know it had Chappelle and Cat Williams. I know Chappelle and Cat Williams were on there. I'm trying to think about who else would have been on there.
Why you disappear?
He's probably watching the game.
Is he?
He's trying to make sure his boys don't get blown out. You know how it is when you're a fan and you need to like give your energy to the team so they can. I do that. There were games.
Listen, I said the NBA is the only team I'm affiliated with now because in the NFL they did me dirty. Someone had a joke and said, "You know why it's easy to date a girl who's a fan of X team? Because she'll never expect a ring." I left the league entirely. That's messed up. Yeah, I was like, I don't even represent nothing of the NFL. Nope.
Wow.
Nope. I left the whole entire league for that.
That's too deep.
Isn't it? That I was like, ooh.
They didn't have no business saying that.
Right.
I need to address that person. That's terrible. That was terrible. Top overpowered characters in DC. Man, Superman's number 1. I mean, are you serious? They change his power just because they can.
Must like them. I never liked them. They made my cortisol too high.
Dang.
They do. You just watch them in association, you get stressed. You're like, are you okay? Like, yeah, y'all play too much.
I would feel like that if I was a Cowboys fan.
See, I mean, that's why I can't do it.
I'm a Panthers fan. We never want to see them anyway. We're in the expansion.
I'm sorry, I left the league entirely. That is my statement. And yeah.
Oh no, Sean, don't do that. Don't do that, Sean.
Playing. What about Hulk?
Stop.
Wait, Hulk in terms of what? The top okay. Overpowered.
I'm not putting Hulk over Superman. Superman is too much. Like he literally. Tomorrow he'll be able to pee laser beams. Like they make up new stuff.
I really don't know how I feel about that visual you just gave me, but
you know what? I don't know where that came from. It just is a thing that I can see them doing. You know what I mean? Top 5 anti-heroes.
Okay.
I'll consider. Top 5 anti-heroes. All right. We got a bunch that's coming into the thing. I need y'all to put this in the group so that
I like these. And these are please put them in the group for their sake so they can have it for.
Dang, I still got to transfer. I got to let me put the poll up. Matter of fact, while y'all doing that.
Yeah, I mean, but no, these are all great topics though. These are fun.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't want to lose them. Because we posted.
Bye, Tony.
Where Tony going? Ain't nobody get man.
Now we're gonna have a target on our back for 5-Star Friday. We're gonna get knocks on our door. I'm gonna see all these guests pop up in the chat. They want to be in the thing.
I mean, listen.
It's okay. I'll welcome you with loving.
Y'all still on here?
You shut up.
I'm just gonna jump on here and be like, we still here.
I mean,
you like that friend? Are you that friend? I saw that on Instagram the other day. You that friend that FaceTime just for no reason? Y'all just stay on there. You go, all right, I gotta go. I gotta close the fridge. Okay, I'll see you later.
Hey, not close the fridge.
Yeah, no, like you just stay on there for no reason, just because of the association, you know. So you be like, still there? You still there? Okay.
Man, you do whatever you do. That reminds me of high school. You know what I'm saying? When you got a girlfriend or boyfriend, you can't hang up. Like everything has to be done on the phone. So hey, what you doing? Are you breathing? Oh, okay.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna go watch. Morgan don't watch our show. He a hater.
Morgan don't watch our show.
Hold up, Brad. Hey, listen.
Oh.
You don't want me bringing that type of smoke to your show, bro.
He went from dissing me to thanking me to go.
It transferred.
Well, I would come on.
It transfers, man.
I would listen.
All right, I'm gonna go watch the Celtics get swept. Y'all have a good evening.
That's definitely gonna happen.
I'll see y'all in 2 weeks.
All right,
man.
Have fun.
I'm sorry, can I not enjoy my vacation?
I don't know if I agree with that racism.
I'm talking to Morgan.
Oh,
I don't know if I agree with that racism, but it's fine. I'll allow it for now. I'm putting the poll up now, y'all. And I mean, I don't get tired of winning either. So we all know what the right answer is. I mean, unless you're considering fee, I'll allow that. But other than that, I mean,
it's all good. These are all great topics, though. Top 5 Black female heroes.
That's good. I think we suggested that one time, but I don't know if it's done.
No, I think it was on our show, but I can't remember. But that's a good one.
Let's see.
That's a good one.
Y'all please make sure that y'all put these in the group page on Facebook so that I.
Oh wait, your Kickstarter is still going, right?
It definitely is. Yeah, you're right. I did not post that today.
Did you hit your extended goal?
We hit the first one. So
yes, I know you hit the first one. Did you hit the one you extended after?
We hit the we are at like 7,500.
Okay.
Right now. So the next one besides, so we're doing backer 10, one, right? Huh?
Was it 10?
We're doing 8. So yeah, so at 8,000, I have to get a tattoo live. And I'm still not even sure how I feel about that. But I have to do it because I said I would. So I had to get a tattoo at $8,000. I think 9,000. I got to pull up the poster.
Are you guys going to physically look up a Ponderosa and go to it if it's still there?
That's a great idea, actually.
Because like y'all tattooing, I was like, you might as well go to the Ponderosa. What if you get tattooed in the Ponderosa?
That's what I was about to say. What if I go to a Ponderosa to get the tattoo?
Great mind.
What if I go to the Ponderosa to get a tattoo of Harlem and Primrose from Ballad of Black Rose at a Ponderosa? Yeah, exactly. And that's perfect. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Oh, there's a Ponderosa still around.
There's a Ponderosa still around where?
Wait a minute. Wait. Is it just because of the time? Hold on. Hold on a second.
I'm concerned. I'm gonna give Danny cash when I come to NC. Hopefully, my donation. Hey, listen. Whatever it takes. Now everybody's determined to see me in pain, I suppose.
I'm gonna give
that's how I feel about it. I feel like
I'm so sorry. I'm gonna give Danny cash when I come to.
I feel like this is a setup.
Donation will be your tattoo.
I feel like this is a setup. And let me.
Oh my goodness! Bless your hearts that you guys are gonna. Oh,
make sure
close.
Yeah, make sure I post a link for everybody that has. And let me. I did. I'm so glad you said that, Fee, because I was not even thinking about that.
Gotta promote your stuff, man.
I was my head was still trying to make sure.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, mine was too, but you know.
I was still thinking. I'm trying to make sure I catch myself the next time I'm gonna say my female friends. I'm trying to like segment that in my head, so you know what I mean.
Listen, I'm coming from a place where it's just like I don't know. I could say that today, and if I don't know if I have a husband tomorrow, and I heard him say that, and I was like, listen, they your females.
See.
You know, I don't know. I don't know.
But
to me, in this point in time in my life, I was just like, you know what? I don't know.
Well, look, the thing is, I get where you're coming from, like that it sounds detached. So when you explained it, I got what you were saying. But in the moment, I was like, that's what I meant, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
I know.
I just met my friends.
I know, and I was like, "Oh darn it!" Of course,
no. But again, I legitimately mean it.
I know you do. That's why I was like, I felt bad. I was just saying it. I was like, I wasn't trying to make it a big,
No,
I was like, dang nabbit. Oh my gosh.
I legitimately, I'm serious. Like, I value women highly in my life because, again, you guys see the world from a perspective that I don't. So the things that you say or see or point out, especially like, y'all's spidey senses are different from our spidey senses. So, and I like to see the whole of a situation. You know what I mean? So if you bring something like that to my attention, it just makes me be like, oh snap, maybe let me dang. You know what I'm saying? Let me think about how you know what I'm saying? I may or may not agree with it, but I'm gonna at least listen to it and be like, let me look at that. You know what I'm saying? And then that's why I was trying to hear you out. So
I appreciate it. No, I appreciate you for hearing me out. And congratulations, Sean, for your
congratulations, Sean. No, that's something else I gotta get ready for. My baby girl is about to graduate.
I saw that. Congratulations.
Oh, it's so weird.
You gotta
Thank
get
you.
I heard you had to go to the range. You gotta go and
Oh yeah, don't even worry about it. I'm watching John Wick.
I'm not worried at all.
I'm gonna watch John Wick as soon as I get off here, and I'll be ready. Like I'm gonna practice those moves in the room, outside.
There you go.
But yeah, y'all, whoever hasn't pledged, please do. We have another stretch goal at 200 backers.
I love your guys' video. I might play it again tomorrow on my show. It is so funny.
Thank you. Danny, we got on and we said we were gonna sing when we hit the goal. Y'all
doing that too, man. Y'all put out a lot, you know.
We did it yesterday. We went live doing them yesterday, but I don't know. Everybody wasn't on when we were doing it, so it's just on our pages now. It's like it's on my page. It's on Danny's page. If y'all missed it,
oh my goodness.
If y'all missed it, it's on my page. Y'all can go there and listen to us sing the original song that I wrote myself. That definitely didn't come from somebody else. It definitely didn't have music from somebody else who shall not be named. Okay. But yeah, y'all just go to the page. Free, thank you so much for coming back through. Always appreciate your perspective. I hope you have fun. Hope you know.
Oh my gosh, I always have lots of fun.
Yeah, thank you. I definitely don't want you to come on the show feeling intimidated by these clowns. Because I have to deal with them all the time. So
bless your heart. I just I mean everybody, we have our vices.
No question about it. So
quite all right.
We appreciate y'all for listening, like always. We appreciate Fee for coming through. Definitely appreciate it, Daniel. Thank you. Fee, again, the invitation's open. Whatever you want to come through, you just let us know. We'll send you a link, and we appreciate you. And we'll let you know what. Matter of fact, we'll let you know what the topic is next week. And if you want to come in, come on through.
I might come in a little bit later. I might come closer to 9, so I don't get I don't feel bad about leaving on.
Absolutely. Yeah, we definitely want to call that smoke either.
I don't want no smoke with the.
I 100% get it. I promise you. So yeah, definitely.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I got you. Don't even worry about it. You just pop in and be like, "What's good, y'all? Y'all wrong, but
how y'all doing? Where y'all at? All right.
Yeah, what y'all arguing about? I ain't in on that. You know what I'm saying? Right? You just had a link. It's cool, but we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. Help us continue to get these subscribers up. We're almost at 1,000 subscriptions on YouTube. So thank you so much. And continue to spread the word. Hit the Kickstarter. Appreciate you, PJ. And we'll see y'all next week. Peace out.